guys, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video I have another tutorial for you. It is very inspired by a summery sunset. It's very yellow, very purpley, and it has a little bit of orange in there, so I feel like that's kind of what you see at a sunset. Yeah, so let me know if you guys liked this makeup look. Also my highlight, can we just take a second because it's literally so intense right now. I think I used actually like 7 highlighters. Oh my god. I did not do my face in this video, just so you guys know. It's focusing more on the eyes, just because I do a lot of face already in my other videos. But yeah, so thank you so much for clicking on this video. Thank you so much if you've subscribed to my channel. I appreciate you very much. And yeah, so let's get into the video. Let's get started. So I'm going to be using the Kat Von D Mi Vida Loca palette. I know this palette is limited edition, but it literally has so many colors that other brands do have. Like, it's just all colorful shades and some neutrals. I'm sure like you can find these shades anywhere. Like, I know Morphe has a palette. I know like NYX Cosmetics has a bright color palette, and they're a lot more affordable. I just bought this one because it's Kat Von D. But yeah, so I'm going to start with this one. So don't think you need this specific palette to do this eye look. I'm just going to be using basic colors that you can find in any color palette. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and start with this orange shade. This one is called Analog. Just any bright orange like this is really nice. So first what I'm doing, I should probably prime my eyes. I'm using the LA Girl Pro Primer. This is just in the shade White, and I'm using white because using a white base underneath colors, like bright colors like these, oh my god, it looks so crazy. It really helps to make the colors pop as opposed to using a regular primer. For some reason the white makes the colors seem more bright. I'm just going to go ahead and take my Laura Mercier translucent powder, and I'm going to be using this just to set that primer. I still want it to have that white base, but I'm setting it with this powder. That way when I go ahead and apply my eyeshadow, it doesn't tug on my eyelid because the primer is sticky. Okay, so now I'm going to go back in with that orange shade, was Analog. I'm going to go ahead and take this up into my crease area. I'm going to focus it right on the outer crease. This part can be a little bit messy because, again, like I said in the beginning of the video, we're going to be cleaning it up later on. So I'm just basically using this as my transition shade. So just make sure that you apply and then buff it out. And then what I'm doing is I'm actually, again, just focusing it in the crease area, outer crease, and then whatever is left on my brush, I kind of bring it in towards the inner corner, just so that it nicely and very lightly fades toward the inner part of my eyelid. I'm going to add a little pink in there. I'm going to use the shade Destroyer, which looks like this. It's like a nice little hot pink. And I'm going to apply this just more in the lower part of my crease. See, and right now we're working with all matte shades. If we did not set our primer with a powder, the matte shades would be a lot harder to blend out than they already are. So what I'm doing with that pink shade is I'm just depositing it more on the outer corner of the eye, and as I'm blending it towards the center of the lid, just so it kind of has a nice gradient, but I'm gonna stop like right where my pupil is. That way it kind of fades in really nicely, and I have lid space from the inner to the middle of my lid for whatever color I decide to put on the lid. I actually really like how this is coming out. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to go back in with that blending brush that has the orange on it and just use that to diffuse any lines. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add a little bit more white eyeshadow primer just right on the inner corner of where I'm going to be applying that yellow shade, and just buff that out. I am then going to be taking this color, this yellow here. Can you see it? This one is called Fran. Any yellow will work. I'm using this tiny brush that I got from Michael's, and I actually really love it. And I kind of like how it looks like this, but I'm going to put color. Just kind of pack on that yellow there. I'm just going to go back in with a little bit more of the pink. Just right on the outer crease area. just to help blend it out, because I feel like the yellow came out over that pink a little too much, and I kind of want it just to be like centered with each other. Like I want it to be even. But I mean, nobody's perfect, right? Hannah Montana says that. And then just blend, blend, blend. I feel like we should add something. What should we add? I decided I'm going to add a little bit of purple, so I'm going to take this shade called Anthem, which I think is matte. It's this one right here. Just literally a smidge, like one little tap in there. And I'm going to focus this just right on the outer corner, just to add a little bit more depth and definition. And then just with the same brush that has the pink on it, not dipping back into the pink, I'm just going to use that to blend. I'm actually going to go back in with a little bit more of this orange shade here. Just a tiny bit, because I feel like I lost some of that in my crease, so I'm just going to deposit a little bit more of that. Just a little bit. And I'm actually kind of pulling it out past my eyelid a little bit, because we're going to go ahead and wing it out in a second. I've decided I want to add a little bit more of a different yellow, so this is just a Z palette that I created with Morphe individual shadows, and this yellow is eyeshadow number 32, I believe it's called Sunflower, and I'm just going to pack that onto the lid. I'm going to be honest, this yellow is literally the best yellow I've tried, the Morphe one. It's my favorite one. It's just such literally the perfect yellow. Oh my god, you can even kind of see the difference of how much brighter that is. I should have used this yellow in the first place, man. What was I thinking? Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and take my makeup wipes. These wipes are actually really nice. They're from Trader Joe's, which I was very surprised. This is the Micellar Cleanser and Makeup Remover Towelettes. And I'm just going to wrap it around one of my fingers and then just sharpen up that line. I'm going to start from my lower lash line up, and that's just going to help sharpen up that wing. I'm going to go ahead and apply my lashes off camera just because I always struggle, but these are the Flutter lashes in the style Prestige, and I also decided that I'm going to do my face off camera as well, just because you guys see me do my face almost like all the time in almost every video, so I'm going to be right back when my face is complete with lashes. Okay, so my face is done, my lashes are on, that highlight is literally so fleekish. I have so many highlights on right now. In case you want to know, I have by Jeffree Star, King Tut, Ice Cold, Peach Goddess, in that order. I have the Jaclyn Hill Prosecco Pop and Champagne Pop, and then I have the Anastasia Glow Kit in Gleam with the shades Mimosa and Crushed Pearl. Bomb. I couldn't decide what highlight to use, so I just used all of them. And then I sprayed with the Tatcha Luminous Dewy Skin Mist. This just to kind of set the highlight area. It literally, it's so bright. I'm like, where are my glasses? I'm going to go ahead and continue with my lower lash line. I'm just going to go back in with that first pink that we took. What is it called? Destroyer, right? Yeah, Destroyer. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and apply that to my lower lash line. Just very lightly, little by little. You don't want to go in with a lot of product at first because it's easier to add on than to take off. So I'm really focusing this mainly just right on the outer third of the eye, and then as I get in closer, I'm just very lightly using barely any pressure on my brush. It is. Oh my god, this highlight is so intense. And I'm going to go in with a tiny, tiny tapered brush that just looks like this. Can you see that? It looks like that. And I'm going to go in with a dark brown. This one is called Vox. I think it's just really, really super dark brown shade. I'm going to dip my brush in once, just a tiny bit, just focusing again on the outer corner. I just want it a little bit darker. I'm using this mainly for color placement. Once I have a lot of that product on the brush, I'm going to go ahead and go back in with that brush that I have the pink and the purple on, and use that to just really help blend it out. Real quick, I'm going to go in with Jeffree Star Ice Cold highlighter. His Ice Cold highlighter, and I'm going to be using this to highlight my inner corner. Just with my pinky finger is fine. A little of this goes a long way. And then I do want to add a little bit of color to my waterline, so I'm going to be taking this Mango lip liner by Italia. I bought this at Morphe. It's literally, Italia liners are like the best liners I've ever had for lip or eye. This is a lip liner, but I'm going to be using it in my waterline. Just like that. Now for lips, I'm going to go ahead and take Candy K Liner by Kylie Cosmetics, and then Jeffree Star Mannequin. This is just the base, it doesn't need to be perfect. And then I'm going to go back in with, I'm going to go in with Jeffree Star's Mannequin. And then to finish off the look, I'm going to go ahead and be spraying my face with the Mario Badescu Skincare Rose Water. Alright guys, so that concludes this makeup look. Let me know in the comments down below if you liked what you see, and if you want to see more colorful looks or any type of video that you want to see, let me know in the comments down below. So I will see you guys in my next video. Thank you so much for watching, and please subscribe if you haven't already. And yeah, I'll see you in my next video. Bye!